Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today it is time for another beauty wish list. So if you didn't see my last beauty wish list, I'll link that one up above for you. But basically I kind of switched up how I'm doing this. I'm going to mostly talk about new releases and whether they're going to go on my beauty wish list or not. And I may throw in some things here or there that are not super new, but for the most part, we're gonna talk about new releases. And I'm gonna do these every so often. I'm gonna try and do them like twice a month, maybe a little bit more than that. But I'm just gonna kind of gather, new releases that I see pop up that interest me or that I have feelings about, whether it's, positive or negative. Then when I feel like I have a good list, then I will come and do a video. But I can't touch upon every single release that comes out. There are so many. And I'm sure that, by the time I film this and edit it and get it up, there may be other things that have come up. So I just wanted to throw those things out there. But if there are certain releases that you are especially interested in, then definitely make sure and tag me on Instagram. That's the best way to get involved and the best way to let me know what you want to hear me talk about. So make sure and follow me there and, tag me if there's a release that you're interested in. All right, so let's just jump right in. So the first one is actually a fairly new product, but it's not really a new release. It's just it is fairly new, I would say, though. So this is by Living Proof. By the way, I'm going to look at my computer down here because I film on my phone. I know I've said that before, but in case you're new, I film on my phone, so I have to kind of look at my computer at some of the pictures that I pulled together. So the first thing is by Living Proof, and it is called the Instant De-Frizzer. And it says, this is the description of it on their website, it's a dry conditioning spray that instantly tames up to 92%, I don't know how they come up with 92%, but whatever, 92% of frizz on dry hair by adding softness, smoothness, and shine. It is ideal for use between shampoos and provides UV protection. Okay, that's great. But I'm mostly interested in the fact that it's basically a spray that I can put on. I don't have any issue with frizz, obviously. But anyway, I obviously do need help with some frizz, especially when I wear my hair curly. And I am very interested in something that I could spray on my hair because whenever I sleep on my curly hair, especially after the first night and then the second night and third night, it just gets more and more frizzy and there's nothing I can really do about it. I do the best that I can to like refresh it, but sorry, my dog is crying because there's someone at the door. I would love something that would tame some of that frizz and help me, look like I have freshly washed and styled hair longer, because that's the struggle with curly hair for me when I wear my hair curly. When I wear it straight, I don't have that much of an issue, but when I wear it curly, the more that I sleep on it, it just gets so frizzy. So I would love to try this out. This is really, really interesting to me. It has lots of nice oils in it, and I don't know, it sounds a little too good to be true, but I'm definitely gonna give that one a try pretty soon. All right, so now we're gonna talk about some new releases. So the first one that I had kind of added to my list were the new Dose of Colors eyeshadows. They're called the Block Party eyeshadows. They came out with a whole collection of them, lots of them. I don't know, I'm not gonna count all of them, but there's a lot of them. And if you don't know, I love Dose of Colors. Their liquid lipsticks are probably my favorite liquid lipstick. I also love their 5-pan matte eyeshadow palettes. So great. So it's definitely one of my favorite brands. And now that they're sold at Ulta, it's so great that you can buy their stuff there. So they came out with these eyeshadows and I first posted a picture and I'll put that picture up on the screen for you. I'll kind of scoot over so you can see a little bit better. But they posted a picture of, some swatches and whatnot. I wouldn't say that I was like blown away by these eyeshadows, but they looked really, really pretty. And there were some colors that I was like, ooh, those, that looks really cool. And they're obviously single eyeshadows, which I'd almost prefer just like pans because then I could kind of store them a little more easily, but okay, fine. So they looked really, really pretty though. And then they posted the price and they're $20 a piece. $20. Now, I just talked about my sugar pill shadows that I got. And if you buy the sugar pill shadows as just a pan, which you can do that for most of the shadows, then they are $10, I want to say. And then if you buy them in the compacts, which these are in compacts, they're $12. And you get a ton of product in those sugar pill shadows. Like, where do they get off charging this much? I mean, I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe if, 20% at Ulta, but $20? I just don't know if I can justify that. I mean, I don't think that they could be good enough to be $20. I don't know, that price just really oof, that price hurts. I just don't know if I can do that. And then I saw a picture that made me kind of like laugh a little bit because they have a bundle on their site. I'm not sure if it's on Ulta's site, but definitely on their website. They have a couple different bundles. Some of them are like favorites collection, so they're less expensive, but they have a bundle that has the entire collection, okay? And they show that the price would be $400, but it's marked down to $320. What a bargain. What a great price. I mean, are you serious? I mean, God, I love Dose of Colors. I really, really do, but I just don't know about that. So yeah, I was gonna get one of these. Maybe I'd get one just to see. Maybe I'll wait and see what people say about these. But I just don't know if I could justify a $20 eyeshadow. Even if I got it on sale, I just don't know if I could do that. So, oh God, that hurts. It just hurts because I love Dose of Colors. So the next thing is from Huda Beauty. And if you don't know, I pretty recently, actually, during the VIB sale, I got my very first Huda Beauty product. I got their Desert Dusk palette, and I'd never really planned on getting it. And part of it is because of their original like rose gold palette that they did, because that one was getting kind of bad reviews. And then, you know, when the Desert Dusk came out, people were saying great things about it, but I was still kind of like, I don't know, I remembered those reviews from the rose gold one. People just weren't that excited about it. And so I thought I would pass on it. But then when I was in store in Sephora and I swatched the Desert Dusk palette, I was really blown away, to be quite honest. I was never planning on buying it. I didn't really even want to buy a new eyeshadow palette, but I was so impressed by it that I had to get it. And I've been absolutely loving it. It's now one of my top favorite palettes, like already, and I haven't even had it for that long. So they're now going to come out with their rose gold palette again, just reformulated. So it should be, I would think, pretty similar formula to that Desert Dusk palette. So that's great. The only issue that I have, and I just was reading about this pretty recently, was that she kind of duped people a little bit. Like she apparently, you know, when they were finishing up releasing the rose gold, because it was limited edition, so she was saying it was limited edition and you got to snatch it up because it's going to be gone. And now they're coming out with it again. And so it's kind of like, I mean, maybe she didn't know that she was going to do that, but she probably did. It's just kind of like sketchy to do that. It's not fair to consumers to do that, because then people got the rose gold, the original one, and maybe they wouldn't like it as much as they would like the new one. And why would you buy the new one if you have the old one? So I don't really like that kind of business, but I do think that it would be a great palette if you're looking for a palette. If you like the tones of this one a little bit better than the Desert Dusk, I still think that I would prefer that one. I don't need another palette. Her palettes are very expensive, which is why I would recommend getting it on sale, to be honest with you. You know, wait for the VIB sale in the fall. They're expensive. So, you know, I'm sure that it's great because the Desert Dusk one is really, really good, and I think that it is worth it. It just is still pricey. It's definitely something that I would consider getting in the future, but I just don't think that I really need it right now. It's not drawing me in enough to be like, I have to have this, but I'm sure it's beautiful, so it looks really pretty. The next thing is a new glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I love the glow kits. I have a couple of them, and I really, really love them. Their Sugar Glow Kit is one of my absolute favorite highlighting palettes. It has, you know, probably one of my top favorite highlighters ever in that palette, Starburst. And I just love the Anastasia Beverly Hills formula. I think that these glow kits are a great value, mostly if you're gonna use every single shade, which brings me to this new Dream palette that they're coming out with. And it's very, very pretty, but I just don't think that I can use every single one of these shades. You know, I could probably use them as eyeshadows, I can use them as blush toppers, but I don't want to buy a palette thinking that, because I have plenty of eyeshadows. I don't need a highlighting palette to do my eyes, so it just doesn't totally make sense to me. However, if you look at these shades and you think that they'd all work for you, or most of them would work for you, I think that it is a great value, and their highlighters are beautiful quality. So I would definitely recommend this if it looks interesting to you, because if I felt like I could use all of these shades, then I would definitely get it, because I love their glow kits. The next thing is a new foundation, and this is from the brand Lawless Beauty. And I haven't tried anything from them, but I've heard a lot about their liquid lipsticks, especially from Samantha March. She loves their liquid lipsticks. And recently Tati talked about them as well from Glam Life Guru. And so I've been really wanting to try their liquid lipsticks. They're just a little bit pricey, so I've been just kind of like holding off on it, but they're definitely on my list. And the fact that they're coming out with a foundation now is very, very interesting to me. It's called the Flawless Finish Foundation, which I think is a really cute name considering their Lawless beauty. So it says it's an SPF-free foundation, which is kind of nice because it is good to sometimes have foundations that don't have SPF because then you won't get flashback if you're wearing it. It says it's a long-wearing, full coverage formula with real skincare benefits. So that's really cool. I don't know about full coverage, but I can always kind of tone it down if I needed to. It says it's not going to clog your pores. It's going to wear comfortably throughout the day with a weightless feel that won't fade or disappear. Lots of different oils in it. That's great. It's going to give you a youthful appearance. Soothing anti-inflammatory shea butter helps soften and repair skin while promoting collagen, which is cool. But if you are, sensitive to shea butter, you may not want to use this. And then I don't know why, but now it says medium to full buildable coverage. So that actually sounds a little bit better to me. And it says it's a fresh, radiant satin finish. $46 in 20 different shades, and it's a cruelty-free brand. So that's a little bit of information about it. But so I don't know about you, but that sounds really, really interesting to me. First of all, a radiant satin finish sounds like perfect to me. I don't like something that's too matte, and I definitely don't like something that's too dewy. I mean, I'll wear both, but I kind of have to like mess with them a little bit if I do with either primers or powders or setting sprays, things like that. But a finish like that sounds perfect to me. It would be great if it had all of those things that it claims to have. So I don't know, I really want to try this foundation. I wonder if it will come to my store, Sephora, by the way. I wonder if it will come to my Sephora because I would really love to get a sample of this and try because it sounds really cool and it would be a good way to try their brand. So the next thing is a whole collection, and it's from Jouer, and it's their summer collection. It's called their Jet Set Collection. So they're coming out with a bunch of different lip kits, which is kind of interesting, and they're coming out with an eyeshadow palette. So the eyeshadow palette, I'll pop a picture of that on the screen for you. That I'm gonna pass on because honestly, I have shades like that. It looks nice, but it just doesn't really do anything special for me. I don't need an eyeliner either. So that I'm gonna pass on for sure. But the lip kits, I'm curious about the lip kits because literally the only thing that I've ever tried from Jouer is their lip topper and skinny dip. That's the only thing that I have, and I really do enjoy it. So these lip kits come with a full-size lip liner, a mini longwear lip topper, and a mini longwear cream liquid lipstick. So that sounds really cool to me because then I could get a different lip topper. I know that I like the lip toppers, and I'd get to try their lip liner, and I'd get to try their liquid lipstick. So this is a really cool thing, and they're $25, which I don't think is that bad. I think that's a pretty fair price for that kind of a kit. So I would definitely be interested in trying one of these because it'd be a good way to try a little bit more from their brand and see, if I like their liquid lipsticks. I've heard good things about them. So I don't know, maybe they have 4 different ones, I guess. So I'd maybe go for the Nude one. I don't know. I'm really interested in this. Let me know what you think about the Jouer liquid lipsticks. Do you like them? Have you tried their lip liners? I haven't really heard anybody talk about their lip liners, so I'd be curious about both of those. Next thing is something that is definitely really, really interesting to me, and it looks so, so pretty. So it's from the brand Give Me Glow Cosmetics. That's an indie brand, and I talked about recently getting their Halo highlighter, which is like so gorgeous and super unique. And it's the only thing I've ever tried from the brand. They're now coming out with an eyeshadow palette for the summer, and it's called what is it called? Does it say? Summer Vibes palette. It's coming out June 1st, so it's not out yet, but the palette looks really, really pretty. And that one like shimmery, like aqua color, it looks a lot like that one really beautiful shade from the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. They showed swatches of that shade and it looks really pretty. Like some of the swatches from this palette look amazing. So I'm not totally sure how much it is. If I find out, then I'll put it on the screen, but I'm definitely really curious about that palette. It looks really, really beautiful, and I would love to try some eyeshadows from them. And then the last one was literally just posted before I was filming this, so I was excited to include it. It's from Dominique Cosmetics. So they first came out with, and Kristen Dominique is, I believe, a YouTuber. So she came out with her own brand, and she first came out with the Latte palette, and there were great reviews about that palette. People said that it was really, really good. And so then she posted that she was coming out with the Lemonade collection. And so it was going to be an eyeshadow palette and 4 glosses, I think. I probably would pass on the glosses because I'm just not a huge gloss person. But we hadn't seen the inside of the palette. And then they just posted a picture, or at least I saw the picture right before. Bless you, Snoop. I just saw the picture right before I was going to film this, and so I wanted to include it. And I'm excited about this palette. I don't know if I would get it, to be honest with you, but it's better than I was thinking it might be because, you know, I saw some of the promotional like pictures of people, you know, leading up to this reveal, and they had kind of just brown eyes, and that's all fine, but like the Lemonade palette, I was hoping that it would have more like lemonade tones, like pinks and yellows. And so, yes, I wish that it had some more like bright yellows in there, but it still has some yellows in there, just sort of like, you know, some toned down ones. And then the one that's mango is a little more like yellowy orange. Definitely looks like mango, that color. Really, really good name for it. And then there are definitely some good like pinky shimmery tones. And then some of those other colors that will complement some of these really nicely. So I think this is a really pretty color story. I think that they did a nice job with this. I would love to see more swatches and see if this is something that I would be interested in at some point, but I think that it looks really cool, and I'm excited about this release. All right, everyone, so that is it for this edition of Beauty Wishlist or Not. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments down below if you are interested in any of these releases. You know, are you planning on getting any of these? Do you think that there's anything that I should get or shouldn't get? I'm really curious to know what you think. Again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure that you tag me if you see a release that you want me to talk about in one of these videos. That's sort of the best way to let me know about something that you might want to hear about. If you like this video, please make sure and give it a big thumbs up. That really does help out my channel so much. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I would so love for you to stick around, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye.